The world's biggest democracy speaks a nail-biter in India. Home to 1.4 billion people, the world's largest democracy. And guess what? We just wrapped up the mother of all elections. That's right, folks, the 2024 Indian general elections. For weeks, the nation was buzzing with campaign rallies, fiery speeches, and promises galore. Every 5 years, India gets a chance to flex its democratic muscles. And boy, did they flex this time. The energy was electric. The stakes? Higher than ever. This election was particularly significant, mainly because it was seen as a referendum on the incumbent Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP. Modi, a charismatic and polarizing figure, has been in power since 2014. His supporters praise his economic policies and strong leadership. His critics, however, accuse him of authoritarian tendencies and of stoking religious divisions. On one side, we had the ruling National Democratic Alliance, NDA, led by the BJP. They were banking on Modi's popularity and a development-oriented agenda to sail them through. On the other side was the newly formed opposition coalition, imaginatively named India, Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance. This alliance, a motley crew of regional powerhouses and national parties with vastly different ideologies, came together with one goal: to dethrone Modi. As the dust settles and the votes are being counted, the nation waits with bated breath. The exit polls are out, and they paint an interesting picture, folks. A story with more twists and turns than a Bollywood blockbuster. Exit polls, a glimpse into the future. Exit polls, the crystal ball of elections. Flawed maybe, exciting, always. These polls, conducted right after people cast their votes, try to predict the outcome of the election. And let me tell you, this year, they are predicting a close fight, a real nail-biter. According to the exit polls, the NDA is projected to emerge as the single largest party. But whether they will secure a clear majority to form the government is still up in the air. The numbers are tight, my friends, real tight. The India alliance, on the other hand, seems to have made significant inroads, exceeding expectations in some regions. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, remember, exit polls are not always accurate. They are a reflection of the mood on the ground but can be off the mark. Remember the US presidential elections in 2016? Yeah, let's just say the exit polls didn't exactly nail it then, but they do give us a glimpse of the trends, the possible scenarios. And judging by the numbers, one thing is clear: India is a deeply divided nation. The electorate is split, with strong support for both the NDA and India in different parts of the country. It's a testament to the diversity and complexity of Indian democracy. According to the exit polls, the NDA is projected to win around 280 to 300 seats in the 543-member Lok Sabha, the lower house of parliament. This is significantly lower than their landslide victory in 2019, where they bagged a whopping 303 seats. The BJP, the dominant force within the NDA, seems to have held its ground in its traditional strongholds in northern and western India. The India alliance, on the other hand, is projected to win around 240 to 260 seats, a significant improvement from their 2019 performance. The alliance's performance seems to have been boosted by a strong showing in southern India and some gains in certain northern states. This means that while the NDA might be ahead in the game, India is hot on their heels. It's like a Bollywood chase sequence, folks, full of suspense and unexpected turns. One of the most striking trends in these exit polls is the India alliance's strong performance in southern India. The southern states of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana have traditionally been resistant to the BJP's brand of politics. These states have their own strong regional parties, and the BJP has struggled to make inroads there. The India alliance, by forging alliances with these regional heavyweights, seems to have successfully tapped into the anti-BJP sentiment in these states. This southern surge is crucial for India's hopes of forming the government. The southern states account for a significant chunk of seats in the Lok Sabha, and a strong performance there can compensate for any potential losses in other parts of the country. It's like a game of chess, my friends. Every move counts, and India seems to have played their southern hand strategically. Section 5. Modi's magic endures, a force to reckon with. Despite the NDA's projected lower seat share, one thing is clear. Narendra Modi remains a popular figure. His approval ratings have remained consistently high throughout his tenure, defying anti-incumbency trends. Modi's charisma, his ability to connect with the masses, and his image as a strong and decisive leader continue to resonate with a large section of the Indian population. He is seen as a symbol of hope, someone who can deliver on his promises of development and progress. Even the India Alliance's campaign, which was largely centered around criticizing Modi and his policies, seems to have inadvertently acknowledged his popularity. It's like trying to fight a Bollywood superstar at the box office, tough gig. Section 6. The road ahead. What's next for the winner? The exit polls suggest a close fight, which means that India could be headed for a hung parliament, where no single party or alliance has a clear majority. If that happens, get ready for some serious political maneuvering, folks. The smaller regional parties, who often hold the balance of power in such situations, will become kingmakers. They will be courted by both the NDA and India, and their support will be crucial in forming the next government. But even if one alliance manages to secure a majority, governing India is no walk in the park. The country faces a myriad of challenges, from a slowing economy to rising unemployment to social and religious tensions. The next government will have its work cut out for it. They will need to address these pressing issues while navigating the complexities of Indian politics. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a roller coaster, challenging to say the least. Section 7. Beyond the numbers. India's evolving political landscape. Irrespective of who ultimately wins, these elections have highlighted some significant trends in Indian politics. Firstly, the rise of regional parties continues unabated. These parties, with their strong local roots and understanding of regional issues, have become a force to be reckoned with. They are no longer content with playing second fiddle to the national parties. They are demanding their place at the table and shaping the national discourse. Secondly, these elections have also underscored the deep divisions within Indian society. The campaigning was often divisive, with both sides resorting to identity politics and polarizing rhetoric. While this is not new to Indian politics, it seems to have intensified in recent years. Bridging these divides and fostering unity will be one of the biggest challenges facing the next government. Section 8. The stakes are high, India's future on the line. As India, the world's largest democracy, awaits the final election results, one thing is clear: the stakes are high. The decisions made by the next government will have far-reaching consequences, not just for India, but for the region and the world. Will India continue on its path of economic growth and development? Will it be able to address its social and economic inequalities? Will it be able to maintain its unity and diversity in the face of rising polarization? These are just some of the questions that the next government will have to grapple with. The world is watching, folks, and India, as always, is at a crossroads.